My next guest makes his UFC debut coming up here April 21st at UFC Fight Night 128. It is Ricky Simone joining me here on the program. Ricky, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on again.
No problem, man. And I bet you're doing great because you are now a member of the UFC roster. I got to know, because, we're recording this at a time when it's not even like 100% official, but, obviously you had the win last Friday at LFA 36. You get the knockout. When that happened, at that exact moment when you got the win, did you think your next fight was going to be in the UFC?
I knew it. It had to have been.
Yeah, I know.
I thought after the fight before that I was going to get the call. And, I felt like I was rolling the dice a little bit by taking that fight. I didn't feel like I needed to. I was on a good 4-fight win streak, good record, LFA world champ. I think I could have sat out and waited for a short notice call, but I like to stay active, and I just keep saying I wanted to prove that I belong. And I had a tough opponent in front of me, and I got the job done really quick, and I couldn't be happier right now.
Yeah, I bet. And one of the interesting things, too, is that right after the win, like, you found out you were part of the UFC roster. Like, I think Mick Maynard was there, and you knew right away. Like, that never happens. How cool was that, like, getting that confirmation that night where you're coming off this big win?
Oh, man, like, I was still in the cage when I found out. My manager was in my corner, Jason House, and so I'm still kind of, like, celebrating the win, and then he kind of, like, grabs me and, like, shows me his phone. And I said that, we got the green light, and we're signed. So it was like, for a second, I was like, man, I just got over, like, this. I just had a great finish, and I felt on top of the world. And then right away, I was enjoying it. And then right away, I was like, gotta go to work.
Yeah. Did you get to celebrate it all that night, though? I mean, after that win, even though you knew you had the contract?
No, I did. I hung out. I drank some water. I think I got to grab the coffee because I knew I was going to stay up late and hang out with everybody. But no, I didn't party too much. Just try to focus on not getting too fat right now because it's kind of jumping right back in there. But so I haven't got to celebrate. Yeah, I'm going to celebrate on the night of the 21st.
So who was the first person you told when you found out the news? I know you made the Instagram post later, but as far as when you first found out, who did you talk to that maybe didn't know at the time?
Well, I had my dad, my stepmom, my girlfriend, and my brothers, and some of my best friends all flew out to California to watch me. So they were probably the first ones I told because I was trying to figure out how to, like, post it or if I could post it. So it was probably like a good, like, hour lag time or so between me finding out me posting it. But so yeah, I told, like, my dad, which that's been a moment I've been dreaming about since I started this, just getting to, like, grab my dad, hug him, and tell him, I finally made it to the UFC. So, it was crazy to finally get to share that moment with him. And then also my girlfriend, she knows how much work I've been putting in and the struggles of trying to make it as an MMA fighter. So, just those people I got to share that moment with. It was great.
Did you have any other fighters maybe they didn't know reach out to you on social media just saying, hey, congrats, welcome to the UFC? Like, any surprises? Anyone's you're like, wow, that's cool that person saw that?
Not yet, not so far. I did see Michael Chiesa made a bet with somebody, it looked like a $40 bet that I was going to win. So he tweeted me saying, thanks for making him some money.
Oh, cool. Okay, that's nice.
That's pretty cool. He's another Washington guy, so that was cool.
Did Chael Sonnen say anything to you? Because I know he's been a guy pushing you to get in the UFC for a while.
No, I haven't heard anything from Chael.
Really? No, I was like, what the heck? That's crazy.
No, he texted me. He's probably one of the first people who texted me. He just said, like, congratulations, but each letter was a different text, so it was just a long, obnoxious text.
Okay. I wouldn't expect anything less from him. So I imagine you're back in Washington right now in Oregon, or you're not in Hawaii, are you? No?
Not yet. Might be next week. I got to figure out this short camp and how I want to approach it. And but yeah, right now I'm home in Washington.
So what's this like right now? You're signed to the UFC. You have this fight. I mean, the UFC hasn't announced it yet, so you're kind of holding back a little bit. Like, it must be kind of a weird feeling because you want to talk about this and you can't right now because you got to wait till it's official.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I already kind of announced it. Like, once I got signed, I was like, I could say that I'm signed at least. I can't say details, but no, I mean, it feels good. I kind of feel like I'm definitely ready. I mean, I'm 12-1. I've fought some tough dudes. I definitely belong in the UFC. So I feel ready. I feel confident, and I'm just excited to get back in there.
Was there ever a point you thought this might not happen? Because, you were getting these wins, you had the good record, you had everything else. Was there any doubt at all that, maybe this might not come to fruition?
No, that was like nonstop in the back of my head. Like everything I did was, to accomplish this goal, and it just seemed like it was never going to happen. Even going into that fight, I was thinking like, man, I don't know if something doesn't change, like I might be done. Because I'm a firm believer that I can do whatever I want to do. And if I put this much effort towards anything else, I feel like I'd be striving in that area. So I was almost thinking like, man, if this doesn't happen after this fight, I might have to look down at look towards a new direction, maybe try something else.
And let's talk about the matchup here. You're taking on Merab Dvalishvili. I totally butchered that, I'm sure, but the point is, it's going to be a good fight. He's got the 7-3 record. How do you feel like you match up against him in this fight?
I actually like the matchup. I feel like I've been getting a lot of strikers, a lot of people who want to like just try to knock me out, which is seems like it's been the pattern the last few fights. But this guy seems like a grappler. Like the fight I watched against with him and Frankie Saenz. He kind of just seemed like a really strong, like kind of spastic grappler, just really wanting to get that takedown. I feel like I match up great. I feel like that's my strongest point is my grappling. So I'm excited for someone to come and try and take me down.
And you mentioned, possibly going back to Hawaii for training camp here. If that doesn't happen, I guess just keep sort of the regular training camp back home, Gracie Baja.
Yeah, well, I was supposed to be in Kazakhstan right now with Tyson Nam. But since I have this short notice fight, kind of jumping right back into it, I couldn't really like afford to go spend the 30, 40 hours travel one way, all the way over there and miss a week of training. So, but hopefully he can go in there and do what he does, which is knock people out real quick too, and then we can get back to training. So I'm kind of just waiting on him.
Okay, fair enough. Because you'd like him in your corner for this fight if all goes well, right?
Yeah, I mean, either get to train with him or for him to be in my corner, that'd be great too, So, so he better go and beat this dude up real quick, and then we can get back to work.
Fair enough. Yeah, that is a long travel, especially when you got a fight coming up. You don't want to have to endure all that for nothing, right? Like other than just helping and supporting Tyson. Now, who's in his corner for the fight? Because if you weren't supposed to go.
Well, it was going to be Charles and I. So the head coach over there at Hawaii Elite. So he's in great hands. I mean, Charles has been his coach for a while, and he's been helping me also. So yeah, no, he's fine over there.
And as far as the weight, you mentioned having water right after the LFA fight, so I imagine everything's still on point. You're probably in like a good zone right now, weight wise.
Yeah, I'm still like I'm still in incredible shape. I've already been back in the gym, but my weight can get up there, so I've been trying to keep that on lock. I give myself a few days at least to like eat some good food. I'm still getting in 2 or 3 workouts a day, so I'm allowing myself to kind of eat a little bit up until really tonight, and then kind of get back on the diet and then get back down to 135 pounds.
Fair enough. How do you see this fight playing out on April 21st?
I see me landing some strikes early and then him getting desperate and trying to just shoot that double leg, and then I think I'm be able to out grapple him, and I have to say I'm going to go for that finish again. I mean, I feel like I hit hard on the feet, and I feel like with my ground and pound, there's no way I'm not going to be able to TKO this guy.
Okay. And how have you sort of indulged? You mentioned that, having some food and everything after the fight. What's sort of your go-to right now after a big win like you had last Friday?
I always like to go to a bougie restaurant somewhere I can't afford and get like a nice French restaurant and get some duck confit. That's my favorite thing. So I did that yesterday. It was delicious. Everything I dreamed about during camp. So that's usually my go-to post-fight.
Now, are you mapping out some places in Atlantic City right now just to kind of figure out where you're going to eat after the fight yet, or does that come sort of later?
That usually comes the week before the fight when I'm laying on my couch at night hungry. I just scroll Yelp or look on their Instagram over in that area, and yeah. But I'll definitely be scoping out the best restaurants and things to do over there. I'm excited to explore that side. I haven't really got to explore the East Coast too much, so I'm excited to go over there and explore for a week or so.
Well, Ricky, congratulations on the UFC contract. This is going to be an awesome fight. It's coming up here April 21st. It is a UFC Fight Night 128. Just remind people where they can get a hold of you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours.
Yeah, follow my fan page at Ricky Simone on Facebook, and then Ricky Simone 135 on Instagram and Twitter. And just, thanks to all my sponsors and everyone. We finally made it to the UFC. I'm so excited. And my team, Hawaii Elite, Gracie Baja, Portland, and thank you for having me on.
What's up, fight fans? If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to see even more interviews with your favorite UFC and Bellator fighters. We've also got coverage at events, including post-fight press conferences and media scrums. And if you like this video, check out the video to my right. It's worth your time.